I am shaken to the core with these new photos of Taylor Swift and Travis. This second one, prepare yourselves. I want this printed out and blown up in my apartment. I don't care. This is everything.
Stop everything, because what you're about to witness isn't just celebrity gossip. It's the cultural storm that has shaken fans, critics, and the entire entertainment and sports industries to their very core. A romance that started as an almost comedic gesture but has spiraled into one of the most dissected, celebrated, and speculated love stories in modern pop culture. Because when Taylor Swift and TravisKelce crossed paths, no one could have predicted the tidal wave of obsession, speculation, and adoration that would follow, not even the two of them. And yet here we are, watching history unfold like a movie in real time, with photos so intimate and moments so...
Speaking of Taylor Swift, I know you went to the Taylor Swift concert. How was it?
Yeah, well, I was disappointed that she doesn't talk before or after her shows because she has to save her voice for the 44 songs that she sings. So I was a little butthurt I didn't get to hand her one of the bracelets I made for her.
You made her a bracelet?
Yeah, if you're up on Taylor Swift concerts, there are friendship bracelets, and I received a bunch of them being there, but I wanted to give Taylor Swift one with my number on it. Not right now.
Your number's in 87 or your phone number?
You know which one. She doesn't meet anybody, or at least she didn't want to meet me, so I took it personal.
She probably just hasn't gotten over the Super Bowl yet. She's a big Eagles fan. Maybe she just made something up and just didn't want to talk to you.
Damn it.
Perfectly cinematic that they feel scripted, and yet they're raw, real, and shockingly human. Beginning in July when TravisKelce, NFL superstar and cultural figure in his own right, attended Taylor Swift's Kansas City Eras tour stop on July 7th, an event that would not only change his perspective, but alter his destiny. Because in that crowd of screaming Swifties, Travis wasn't just a football legend. He was a fan with a mission, armed with a friendship bracelet he had made himself. A bracelet not just decorated with beads and colors, but carrying a secret. His number. His way of reaching out to the woman who dominates charts, hearts, and global headlines, yet somehow remains elusive, a fortress of fame and security during her shows. And while fans exchanged bracelets inside the stadium, Travis had dreamed of slipping his to Taylor, but fate had other plans, because as he revealed on his podcast, Taylor doesn't meet anyone before or after shows, protecting her voice for the 44 songs she performs each night, leaving Travis disappointed, a little butthurt as he put it, and convinced he had missed his chance. Laughing it off, but clearly affected as he joked about whether Taylor had secretly held a grudge from the Super Bowl because of her Philadelphia Eagles.
I think they're doing great, and I think it's all 100% true.
Okay, so that is Jason Kelce, Travis's brother, who also happens to be a football pro, who sets off a firestorm when he seemingly confirms the romance this morning. But if you listen a few seconds longer, you can tell he's still in the dark.
No, I'm joking. I don't really know what's happening. So.
Loyalty. But while the story could have ended there, with a football star left hanging, it was only the beginning, because the universe, and Taylor Swift herself, had heard the signal, and soon the private walls around her began to crack, because behind the scenes Taylor wasn't dismissing Travis at all. It had simply been bad timing, and when word reached her of his bold bracelet move, curiosity sparked, a flame lit, and suddenly conversations began where silence had once stood, setting the stage for a courtship that would defy expectations, with Taylor and Travis quietly texting, calling, and eventually meeting in New York City, slipping into each other's orbits with the kind of secrecy only the world's biggest pop star can maintain, until whispers leaked to the press and the rumor mill exploded, fueling speculation that quickly snowballed into frenzy. Fans dissecting photos, social media posts, and sightings, while Travis, unaccustomed to this level of celebrity gossip, grew defensive, refusing to feed reporters' hunger, cutting off interviewers who probed too deep, making it clear his private life wouldn't be a public circus, even as it was becoming exactly that. With his brother Jason Kelce, himself an NFL giant, only fanning the flames when he half-joked and half-confirmed the relationship in interviews, sending the internet into meltdown before quickly backpedaling to admit he didn't know all the details, leaving fans ravenous for confirmation until Travis himself threw the ball in Taylor's court, literally and figuratively, by inviting her to one of his Kansas City Chiefs games, the ultimate gesture of...
Shout out to Taylor for pulling up. That was pretty ballsy. Yeah. I just thought it was awesome how everybody in the suite had nothing but great things to say about her. You know, the friends and family. She looked amazing. Everybody was talking about her in great light. And on top of that, you know, the day went perfect for Chiefs fans, of course. We scripted all, ladies and gentlemen. It was just impressive. It was impressive.
It was very impressive. It was impressive on the field. It was impressive in the box. The energy was electric.
It was absolutely like to see the slow motion chest bumps, to see the high fives with mom, to see how, you know, ChiefsKingdom was all excited that she was there. That shit was absolutely hysterical, and it was definitely a game I'll remember. That's for damn sure. And then we just slid off in the getaway car at the end. Took my Chevelle to the game, and yeah.
Got the convertible, baby. Oh, yeah.
You already know, having fun flying around, breaking all the speed limits and that thing. Shout out.
Just dating. It was destiny. And as the weeks unfolded, the evidence only grew. With Travis spotted outside Taylor's apartment in the dead of night and the early morning light, holding hands on public outings, his protective nature shining through as he took on the role of her gentleman, even guiding her past security to open doors, a gesture small yet monumental, because it symbolized something fans had long prayed for. Taylor finally being cherished, Resi. And yet, this was only the beginning of the cultural phenomenon, because as Taylor Swift and TravisKelce deepened their connection, their every move became dissected, magnified, and celebrated on a scale so immense it bordered on surreal, with millions of fans charting their timeline like historians, noting each public appearance, every subtle gesture, every whispered word caught on camera, turning two people navigating a new relationship into a global narrative of love, resilience, and destiny. And what makes it extraordinary isn't just their fame, but their contrasts. Taylor, the global songstress, lyrical genius, and queen of reinvention. Travis, the all-American athlete, charismatic, goofy, grounded, a man whose life had been about touchdowns, not tabloids, until suddenly the two worlds collided, and as fans watched them holding hands, laughing, or simply existing together, it felt like watching the merging of mythologies, two icons blending into one story that was bigger than either of them. And through it all, the whispers of wedding bells grew louder, not as idle gossip, but as logical progression. Because for Taylor, who has spent decades writing about heartbreak and yearning, this was different. Her smile softer, her body language unguarded, her happiness palpable, and insiders revealed that she wasn't just in love. She was envisioning a family, imagining life not as a perpetual tour but as a balance between stage lights and quiet domesticity. Something Travis seemed not only willing to embrace but excited for, because in him she found not competition but complement, not ego but devotion. And as their relationship strengthened, it became clear they weren't rushing, but they were serious, building a foundation that was both intimate and unshakable, and fans who had mourned her past relationships like their own heartbreaks rejoiced, flooding the internet with memes, montages, and messages of support, crowning them the internet's favorite couple, with every photo of them together sparking viral storms of adoration. And what sets this apart from every fling, every short-lived Hollywood romance, is that it feels reciprocal, grounded, rooted in genuine care rather than fleeting infatuation, a reality confirmed by insiders who spoke of their shared values, their love for family, their tireless work ethic. Songs praising her spirit, defending her from intrusion. Fans realized they were witnessing not just a chapter in Taylor's life, but potentially her most important one. The turning point where the narrative shifts from heartbreak anthems to love songs fulfilled, from searching to finding, from wishing to having, and yet the story remains unfolding. The stakes higher than ever, because with every passing week the world watches closer, waiting for rings, for vows, for the ultimate moment when speculation becomes reality, when Taylor Swift, the woman who has given the world its soundtrack of heartbreaks and healings, might finally write her happiest verse, yet not with lyrics, but with life itself. And in TravisKelce, the man who simply tried to pass her a bracelet, she may have found her endgame, her partner, her equal, her forever. A love story that began with beads and numbers but has become the stuff of legend, proof that sometimes fate writes better than any songwriter ever could. And as the cameras flash, the fans scream, and the whispers of marriage echo louder,